They say children are our future, but futures are easy to sacrifice, and they're easy to ignore, and they're definitely easy to sell. From the streets of Chicago all the way to the jungles of the Congo, from abortion clinics to war zones, from Netflix crime dramas to the death penalty and these gladiator games on TV, we celebrate death and call it progress. The blood of children cries out from the ground, and most of us pretend not to hear. Right now, here in our country, in America, we're split in a cultural war. We fight over abortion like it's a holy war. Meanwhile, children die in broken homes, in war zones, and in silence. The death penalty glorified as justice, and violence is worshipped in the media. Yet, we hear scream, save the children, without even considering saving the world. In ancient times, entire civilizations were built around human sacrifices. Children were burned alive on altars to gods like Moloch and Baal. And this wasn't done in secret, but in public ceremonies. And these weren't fringe cults either. They were mainstream power structures, wrapped in ritual, approved by kings, and justified by the priesthood. In the Old Testament, in the Valley of Hinnom, is where people sacrifice their sons and daughters to the god Moloch. Now, God's prophets didn't just condemn this, they called it an abomination. This was a sign a nation was spiritually doomed. Now, let's fast forward 3,000 years later. We look back and say, well, how could they do that? How could they be so barbaric? But our sacrifices are cleaner now. They're just sanitized. We traded the fire for policy and the altar for distraction. I read an article about the conflict in the Congo the other day, and they are weaponizing rape, and they're raping and murdering thousands of children and mutilating them in this war. Girls as young as 5 years old are sold to militias, and they're just global indifferences. Sometimes a celebrity might post a hashtag, save the children, save the Congo. Politicians make speeches. Well, I haven't heard a speech lately from a politician here. But real blood never washes off with empty slogans. And when a child screams in a jungle, the world just moves on. And to me, civilization has already collapsed. Look, every major religion, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, places the protection of children as sacred. Easter just passed, and Jesus said, whatever you do to the least of these, you do to me. And yet the most religious society still allows systematic destruction of innocence. Let me tell you guys something. True evil is not rage. True evil is apathy wrapped in ritual. True evil is when we use prayer as shields to ignore blood. And then here we sit and we binge watch murder shows. We cheer for violent sports. We glorify revenge, execution, war, while ignoring real suffering. The Romans had gladiators, and we have Netflix. So, what does it mean to stand for life? It's not just politics. It's not just hashtags. Standing for life is standing for the human soul and the soul of children, the soul of the weak, the soul of the voiceless. Defending life isn't about winning debates. It's about refusing to become a society where blood cries from the ground unheard. Every child is a universe waiting to bloom, and every kid is a star waiting to shine. And when we defend life truly and painfully and imperfectly, we remember who we are. The blood of children is sacred. And if we forgot that, we're already dead. Guys, I post links below to all my episodes, to many foundations you could donate to children in war zones all around the world, from the Congo and Gaza and beyond. So I'll leave you with that. Give me the like, but give them the dollar. And like always, remember to lift more, eat more, rest more, love more, and hate less. Thank you.